I have a gift for you. It's a gift that's not mine to give, and it's a gift you already possess, but fuck it, I'm gonna give it anyway. The gift is the present. Not a fucking thing in a box that's been wrapped, don't be a dumbass. I mean the present as in now. I want to give you back the now. I want to gift your ass this moment. So many motherfuckers wear this inherent truth out and talk about being present, being now, but that talk is mostly bullshit because the actual reality of being present has nothing to do with words or even intent. If you hear a description of being present, that ain't it. If you have an intent to be in the moment, you're pushing it away by the very act of trying. Presence is what is when you let go of everything else. Presence is not a state that comes or goes. If something new comes unto you, then it is bound by the laws of reality and it must also go. Presence is not gained or achieved. It's more like uncovered or revealed, remembered. And I want to give you a glimpse of actual presence if you give a shit and if you want it. So here we go. You can close your eyes or not. I'm not the fucking boss of you. The first thing to be considered is that you are not your fucking thoughts. Thoughts are events that occur within something else. Like thoughts are clouds, but that something else is sky, and just like the sky, it appears empty. But this has a quality of wakefulness, of lucidity without identification, like awareness without the of, not aware of anything, just fucking aware. All of our chasing around of gods and deities and truth and the big mystery and whatever the fuck is just us chasing our own comet tail of consciousness. That principle we've either been searching for or denying since antiquity is this thing I'm talking about. It cannot have a name. To name it is like fashioning a thought cup with the expectation of containing the entire fucking ocean. But for the purpose of being present, let's just call it existence. And the whole point of being present is that it is the portal into this fundamental truth of our experiential existence. Consider that awareness is distributed throughout your entire meat tractor equally. I know it seems like we're seated behind our face somewhere, but that's just because we are so mind-centric. We're all addicts addicted to our own thoughts. Both running through reality and our meat is this ineffable principle, this awareness without any of. It's like a wakeful lake within our body that has gentle currents, but in our wrinkly pink meat computer there is an aperture. It's like a hole in a dam, and the lake of our awareness comes spewing out of this mind hole fast and tight as fuck, and the pressure generates and carries thought with it. And because of all that movement, it's mostly what we pay attention to. Past and future and worries and attractions and aversions and all manner of bullshit that keeps us from being present lives there in that pressurized stream. So we have to minimize the pressure to experience the physical distribution of awareness to figure this presence thing the fuck out. Start with your hands. That's the easiest place to feel yourself, and just do that. Feel yourself in your hands. I don't mean feel yourself with your hands. Do that shit in private. I mean feel yourself within your hands. What does it feel like? It just feels like you in your fucking hands, right? That familiar feeling is you, just existing within your hands. It doesn't feel new, it feels like it always feels. Existence is the only consistent state. It's not something that has come or that will go, get it? That awareness of your own existence in your hands is what you feel like to exist as hands, an ethereal and physical collaboration without the burden of thoughts fucking it up. There's no past or future or opinion or pushing or pulling. It is simply the substratum of your entire universe. Existence existing. Do you see how it's always been there and that you've always been aware of it but never really focused on it? Do you see how it's sort of hiding in plain sight? Okay, now we're going to spread our awareness by flooding into our existence. So feel yourself existing within your forearms now, your upper arms, your back, your front, your neck and scalp, throat, face. You can do it fast because you aren't imagining something or fabricating or calling something in. You're just waking up to what's always been there. Your hips and ass and legs and feet feel existence, aka you, in your entire body all at once, as much as you can. And when you're everywhere, then find the places you're still not, like the tips of toes and fingers and armpits and taint and all the fucking bits and pieces. If it's hard for you to just feel yourself existing, then just feel what it's like in a body and allow the body's sense organs to perceive sensations. Don't think about them or label them, just experience them however they present. Feel gravity pulling your ass into the seat. Hear whatever sounds there are, allow them all. Feel the temperature, maybe there's a breeze or a chill because you're at home not wearing fucking pants, or feel fabric against your skin if you are, whatever the fuck. As you do this, you might feel sort of a tingly wave moving around in there. It's because your attention is moving that current of existence around and it's used to being left alone. Like moving your foot across the bottom of a lake will cause silt to rise up and cloud the water. Don't focus on it or start forming thoughts about it. Just let it be and fucking exist. Now, while maintaining the feeling of existing in the body, shift your attention to your breath. Shut your mouth, breathe through your nose, and while feeling the body, think about breathing, but only its characteristics, how it feels when it enters your nose and how your belly pushes out on the inhale and withdraws on the exhale. Feel the body, but pay attention to breath for a bit. It'll give the mind something singular to do, and it probably won't like that, so if thoughts come, don't fight them. They want that. They want all of your attention. Just gently shift away from the thought and aim it back at your breath and keep feeling existence in as much of your body as you're able. Now, while you're doing this, we're going to use thought to short circuit itself ever so briefly so that you can have a glimpse of mind without thought. When I say ask yourself a question with genuine curiosity, don't try to answer your fucking question, just ask it and see. Okay, ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. Alrighty, how'd it go? There's no wrong or right answer, it's all data for yourself. If thought immediately flooded in, then you are now aware of the strength of your thoughts, and it's going to take a practice to lessen the binding power they have on you. If you normally are plagued with thoughts and you just had an experience of the still and purely cognizant nature of the mind, then it's pretty fucking refreshing, isn't it? Makes folks cry sometimes. If you did have a still moment and are thinking, what's the fucking big deal? Well, there is no fucking big deal. It feels normal and familiar back there because you are always that, and that is just overly identified with mental events. An eye cannot see itself, but we know it's there because we can see. I suppose I could, and I have said more to elaborate this shit, but I'm not gonna. I just wanted to give you your own glimpse to do with as you please, and a means to hopefully have more. I will caution you this, if you did get a glimpse, your thoughts will try to hijack or co-opt it. It will make a cup to try to hold the ocean. It's best just to be okay with not defining. Resist the compulsion to make it part of you like, oh, now I'm fucking an exalted motherfucker who has experienced presence in the nature of existence. Or some shit. Don't do that, you'll fuck it up. Don't even talk about it, or you'll have to create a narrative as a vehicle to attempt to transmit an untranslatable experience. Ultimately, the deeper you go, the less able you'll be to contain it with words anyway, so try not to plateau in the mind's need to define and categorize and file every fucking thing away in order to add unto itself. That's it. That's my gift to you. Toodaloo.